Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and if you've been wondering what the fuss is about with all of these Stampin' Blends markers that Stampin' Up just announced, you are going to really like this video tutorial. It is, I think, the easiest Stampin' Blends project that I've done to date. Let me show you the project. Here it is, using the Color Me Happy stamp set. This stamp set's not in any of the Stampin' Up publications, not in any of the catalogs. It is available online through my online store or as part of Stamps in the Mail Club through my online website during November. So grab your stamps, grab your pieces, grab your Stampin' Blends, and let me give you some tips on how to make this very basic Stampin' Blends card. Okay, so grab our packet for this one, set your other pieces aside, and then just watch when you're opening this packet for that little tiny wooden heart from the Hearts and Stars and Hearts elements. Okay, the Designer Series paper in this one, the Foil Frenzy, has several different patterns, so your pattern might be different in your kit from the one that is shown here. So this one is the polka dot one. And this you can go ahead and stick down either with Stampin' Dimensionals, or you can just stick it flat with Snail or Fast Fuse as you like. I usually like to add the more Stampin' Dimensionals to a card, the better, right? But I'm going to go ahead and just stick this one down for the ease. Oh, okay. So I've already screwed up. So this piece of the ribbon, the Fresh Fig 1/8 inch ribbon, is meant to go around here on my sample. I made it go around just the Foil Frenzy, but because I have already stuck it down, guess what? On this one, it's going to go around my pumpkin pie layer. So see, a good thing I showed you that. Not a big deal. Okay, so there we go. I've got it stuck down into the adhesive, which is the nice thing about using Fast Fuse. Really strong. And I'm going to go ahead and layer that. Okay, so then the next piece here with Stampin' Dimensionals is our heart that was done with the Sweet and Sassy framelits. So those layered hearts are good for so many different things. There's a couple of lots of different sizes and different possibilities. And then we're going to set our wooden heart aside to go for later. So here's our card base. That went together super swiftly. This month we're featuring 3" by 4" pieces of Designer Series paper, which is a great way to efficiently use your pretty papers so that you don't have to think, oh, I don't want to cut it because then I won't have the pieces I need. Just cut it all up into 3 by 4" and use it all. All right, and then here I have my Memento ink pad, which I am using with my Color Me Happy stamp set. And the Stamps in the Mail Club kit includes a Stampin' Spot, so just the little small square one. But if you want to upgrade to get a full-size pad, you can do that. And so I have my image stamped here. And before you go ahead and fussy cut around it, I like to do my coloring. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this little U here. Now, if you can't get this off here without cutting into something else, rest assured you have plenty of other paper. You could always stamp it again. So this little U here is going to go on, and it's a little bit too big to use with Stampin' Dimensional, so I'm just going to cut a little piece of the edge here, or you could use the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to go ahead and place this here on our card. All right, so it's all coming together, and that's given us enough time for our little thank you to dry. So Stampin' Blends come in pairs like this, and I'm going to use first my light to go ahead and give us an all-over color. And the nice thing about the Stampin' Blends is that you can use them to get gorgeously saturated color. And they just are really rich, and they add a lot to project. They're almost like an embellishment because they really pop the color from the cardstock. I'm using Whisper White cardstock with these. You can use a variety of cardstocks with them. You want to stick to stuff that allows the ink to absorb, because part of the way the Stampin' Blends work is by soaking through. So you can see how that is there on the back of my cardstock. So I also try to avoid layering my pieces until after I've already done my coloring, because you don't want this to come through like to the inside of your card or onto the back of something that you wanted to show, like on a tag or whatnot. Okay, so I'm coloring all over to give myself a nice base layer of color. It's like the foundation of our stamping project. So I've got that all covered. And then I'm going to go back with my dark, and there's a broad tip or brush tip and a bullet tip. I'm going to use the bullet tip because I find I get the most control with it. And I'm going to go back with our shadow here. and just color dark on the shadow. Now, if you're thinking Stampin' Blends, I don't know, that looks really complicated. I don't know if I can get it to blend right. I don't know, I'm not an artist. This stamp is your perfect intro, okay? Because there are lines on it that say exactly where the darker color should go. All right, so the artist is already teaching you how to figure your light source. So pretend the light source is up here. So anything that is on an edge away from the light source, so to the right side or to the bottom side, is what gets colored darker, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and follow their design. So this is like the educational stamp set, right? Okay, so I really like this one. Right, missed the little end there. Now, then after you get this all done, you can go back and use your paper snips. You're gonna cut it all out. Make sure your markers are capped. You're gonna cut it all out. And I cut mine pretty tight, actually. So remember to keep your scissors in one place and turn your cardstock to accommodate your twists and turns in your design. Then you are going to flip it over and pop a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And you're ready to stick this back on your card. There we go. Can't get my backings off. Stick this on your card, and I'm gonna make sure the tail just overlaps the heart just a tiny bit, okay? Because then I want to add our heart. Now these two pieces do come apart, so if they've already come apart in your package, that's fine, just stick them back together. But I'm going to grab a mini glue dot here, and actually you can even just pop it on. Make sure the mini glue dot goes across the outline and the inside of your heart so that you know those two pieces will stay stuck together in your card. And then I'm gonna layer that there on the edge. So there we have our fun, very simple, like learn how to use your Stampin' Blends card with the Color Me Happy stamp set. And this one is included in Stamps the Mail Club kit. Here is another one that was done in Pool Party and Night of Navy. This one is included in the expanded Color Me Happy kit, the one with the extra 16 cards that you can add to your Stamps the Mail Club kit. Or if you're not doing Stamps the Mail Club, you can just buy this as a 16 card kit. The envelopes are included with a fun envelope liners and so forth. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions about Stamps the Mail Club. It does include the Color Me Happy stamp set and your pair of pumpkin pie Stampin' Blends and a Memento ink spot. So not the full-size pad unless you upgrade, but the little ink spot, which works great also. And this is all included in your kit for the $45 along with the 4 projects. So request that on my website and let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to stamping with you by mail. And if you already have the stamps and the blends, no problem. You can pick some other Stampin' Up product to get with your Stamps the Mail Club kit. So thanks so much for stamping with me by mail, and I look forward to sharing another project soon. Happy stamping!